how do you optimize your mind in order that you have this curious mind to ask the right questions, to keep growing, to keep developing? How do you start and where do you start?
Well, I think before I tell you how I start, I think it's important to understand what makes you excited. And what you have to do is only focus on what makes you excited. If you can only focus on what makes you excited, you get natural access to energy. When you are pre-programmed to think you must do what you must do because your education told you, or your family told you, or culture told you, you're stuck in a notion that you're not living your life, you're living somebody else's life, trying to figure out your personality, like imprinted onto the world out there rather than the other way around. So before I tell you what my morning routine is, understand that I made a decision 5 years ago that I'll only do what makes me most excited. I will outsource everything else. And in that decision, what I've done is I've freed myself up from things that I'm actually, frankly, not really that good at. Also, don't like doing, which means that the energy I have to wake up in the morning, I'm not waking up to things I don't have to do. And that was a conscious decision because, look, like everybody else, I was stuck in the old world of doing things I thought I should be doing to get success. So first thing is make sure you have that decision-making process from a base point. The second thing is, for me, the most important thing when waking up in the morning is getting your emotional state right, not your mindset and not your physical state. For me, the emotions is by far the key because we all know if you wake up in the morning with a little bit of anxiousness, by 11 o'clock, that anxiousness is a monster. By 3 o'clock, it's the worst day you've ever had in your life. And by 5 p.m., you're drinking a bottle of whatever or smoking a fat spliff. It depends what your drug of choice is. Or you're going for a run, which also in itself, when you're de-stressing and continuously can't stop running, that's also not really great, as you know. So for me, it's in a meditation. I'm a big student of Joe Dispenza. I do his meditations, and I have been for the last 2.5 years or so. They've had a dramatic expression on my life. And so what he always says is wake up half an hour before you're supposed to wake up, when you have high levels of melatonin in your mind, which puts you into a state of theta, brainwaves between awake and sleep. And so I do these meditations where I invoke abundance, wholeness, creativity, opportunity within my being. And so when I wake up in the morning, I have a combination of that, plus the decision of doing only what makes me most excited. And now I get to write a book every year. I get to travel around the world. I make lots of money. So I've designed my life around the access to my genius. And all of us have got access to our genius. We just have to make the decision. That's all we want to do.